about it. Took the time to about it. Obviously, with Arkansas State having a new coaching staff for the most part, it's tough to watch a legitimate game plan. Seeing how these guys, from a defensive perspective, are you guys watching that Auburn tape a lot because of what Gus did there?
Yeah, we're watching a lot of Auburn games and to get an idea of what we think they might do, because you got to assume that Coach Malzahn, who's a good football coach, is going to bring his offense over there with him. And then those guys did a lot of that stuff, maybe not as flash or as, with as much window dressing last year, but they did a lot of that stuff. So it's not unfamiliar territory for the quarterback and the people that were in that system. But we're watching Auburn to get an idea for scheme, and we're watching Arkansas State to get an idea for personnel.
Do you get a sense of the guys sort of, having to watch that Auburn tape again almost puts a spark in them, lights a spark in them, remembering the national championship game for the guys that were here and even for the guys that weren't?
Oh, I'm sure that brings back memories. But no, I don't know. I haven't asked them, and that's not the only game we're watching. We're watching Auburn's season from last year, so that's not the only game they're looking at. Basically, we're just trying to get an idea of, what of the 1,400 plays that they ran last year, which ones we need to practice. And, you do the best you can to get your guys ready for that. And then on game day, you let it roll and you see what happens.
How much more difficult is it to prepare for this game versus an LSU game where you had a lot of film on those guys? Obviously, the talent is different.
It's always tougher preparing for a game with a new staff. Just because of the unknowns, whereas if you're looking at a team that played a whole season last year and it's their same offensive coordinator on our side, or the same defensive coordinator, the same staff, you pretty much, you never know 100%, but you pretty much have an idea what they're about.
You've gone up against all kinds of different offensive coordinators, spanning the globe. I mean, second time going up against Malzahn. What makes him unique? His offense, his style unique?
Well, first of all, it's not Nick Aliotti against Gus Malzahn, okay? I don't think he's going to run any plays, and I don't think I'm going to make any tackles. But it is, he has a unique system because he gives you a lot of formations, a lot of movement, a lot of what I'll call funky alignments and looks. And, when things aren't the norm, it just takes, you got to have your eyes right. And he does a good job of that.